Hello everyone, you are watching the YouTube station identification of one New Bedford, Massachusetts resident YouTubers. I'm here live in my basement. No, I'm not Ken Ober, and this is Eric Lehman with the Crazy Clooney Dude, but this is not MTV's Remote Control. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77, episode number 80. What's going on, everybody? Today is my birthday, ladies and gentlemen, and I did most of my friends are on Facebook. I did a live video for them, an hour long, and wanted to, reminisce on my birthday memories and all that, and, feeling very blessed nowadays, and just being very thankful for some good friends and good people, and just, and this is, to me, this is totally the most awesome thing ever. So, let's get right into it, shall we? We got the wrestling roundup for the WWE from March the 1st to March the 5th. That's right. And there is lots of changes going to be going on. Can't wait to see what those changes are. It started off with Drew McIntyre addressing the whole Elimination Chamber situation after being blindsided by Bobby Lashley and Miz cashing in. But then the Miz and John Morrison interrupt Drew McIntyre, talking trash to McIntyre. Then the MVP interrupts Miz and Morrison, telling the Miz, "You owe Bobby Lashley one." And then Sheamus interrupts Miz and Morrison. And Sheamus goes, "If you guys get out of the way, I got to fight." So Sheamus and McIntyre were fighting each other. And then McIntyre and Sheamus had a one-on-one matchup, which McIntyre did win the matchup, so he's moving on. Naomi and Nia Jax confronted each other backstage before their matchup, coming after the commercial break. And they had a one-on-one matchup, but in the end, Nia Jax got the Duke. Rhea Ripley's coming to Monday Night Raw. There was another promo on her. Bobby Lashley arrives to the ring, and then the Miz decided to fake sickness to get out of the matchup. Lashley grabs the Miz and said, "You got an hour." And then Braun Strowman addresses the whole WWE Universe about the whole title picture, how he hates it and it sucks and all that. So Shane McMahon and Adam Pearce, which Adam Pearce will get to more on, decided to interrupt Braun Strowman. Shane McMahon made a matchup where Strowman and Pearce go for the tag titles on Raw against the Hurt Business. The Hurt Business did win the matchup, and I think Nicholas made a better partner than Adam Pearce, unfortunately. So that's something that, happy birthday. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you very much. Got a lot of birthday love coming out of the whole thing. So, and then Jackson Riker and Elias want to talk to Bad Bunny. He wants to, Elias wants to. I lost my train of thought. Elias wants to collaborate with Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny says no. And so Elias addresses the W Universe for his match. Was about to sing, and then had a match with Damian Priest, which Damian Priest did pick up the victory over Elias. Kayla Braxton, who was filling in Charlie Caruso, interviewed Randy Orton, and Alexa Bliss has started to mess with Orton once again. And so I, it's and just so did pick up the victory over they did pick up the victory over or I'm lost here. Or Orton's almost threw up. Orton almost retching once again, and Alexa Bliss was playing mind games with him. Now, it looks like Randy Orton and The Fiend may go at it at WrestleMania. Not so sure. We'll find out. And then they had the second title match going around, but then when the bell rang, the man jumped out of the ring, grabbed his title, and ran out by count out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and MVP's upset with Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon says, "I'm going to put a stop to this. I'm sick and tired of this as well." And actually swore on national television. Believe that. Charlotte Flair addresses the WWE Universe. She says she wants to face Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania, with Asuka, though, convalescing from her tooth loss shot. um, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax interrupt Charlotte. Both attacked Charlotte. Um, Charlotte Flair went one-on-one with Shayna Baszler. Flair did pick up the victory. And Shane McMahon gave Pierce orders about the title matchup. And Matt Riddle and the Lucha House Party picked up the victory in a six-man tag over Retribution's T-Bar Mason Slapjack. Ali's about fed it up, so he challenged Riddle one-on-one. So Mustafa Ali did pin Riddle in a matchup, in an impromptu match. Miz is angry at Shane McMahon. Well, Miz, you ran your mouth. You tried to do everything you can to keep your title. And then they finally had the matchup, and Shane McMahon made it a lumberjack match, and then Bobby Lashley is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Lashley, 16, 17 years, worked very, very hard. It is something to, it is something. Congratulations to Bobby Lashley. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Bobby Lashley is the champion. Bobby Lashley is the champion. Bobby Lashley is the champion. Thank God he's the champion. We don't have to worry about hearing the love child, Fire Marshal Bella, and Mr. Ed, a.k.a. The Miz, gloat about being champion anymore. But Lashley versus McIntyre, I'm for that at WrestleMania. It'll be a heck of a matchup, to say the least. And now we shift 2 days later to NXT. They had a non-title matchup, Ciampa and Thatcher against Lorcan and Burch. And it seems like Imperium, which Thatcher has a little bit of history with, appeared on the ring entrance, distracting Thatcher, costing them the match against Lorcan and Burch. Thatcher says he wants no part of it anymore, and I think Thatcher and Ciampa will remain a team for a long time. Roderick Strong, who's in a ticked-off mood after Adam Cole betrayed him, calls him out. Finn Balor interrupts Strong, and Roderick Strong's about had enough, so he attacks Finn Balor. The Way had the therapy because Austin Theory thinks that Dexter Lumis is a total nice guy. Cameron Grimes and William Regal talk, and William Regal said that you hit a stagehand, and we lost in our hands, but I'm making a matchup for later tonight. You go one-on-one with Bronson Reed. I was like, Cameron Grimes gonna get his butt kicked, even though he's rich. Aaliyah went one-on-one with Ember Moon. Aaliyah had Jessie Kamea and Robert Stone in her corner, while Ember Moon had Shotzi Blackheart, which Ember Moon did pick up the victory after Shotzi Blackheart knows how to play some mind games and made sure Jessie Kamea and Robert Stone did not interfere. Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Ciampa and Thatcher after their loss, but Thatcher, like I said, Thatcher says he wants no part of the past. It's in the past. We're moving on, and all that. And then they had a recap preview of next week's title match. Io Shirai and Toni Storm. Io Shirai, the defending NXT Women's Champion, against Toni Storm. Two of my favorites. But then you got the Women's Tag Team Championship matchup. It was Jackson Baszler defending against Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. And guess what? The referee for that matchup got knocked out. Adam Pearce, what was he doing there? Got Raw referee Sean Bennett. And then made the decision while Dakota Kai was in a sleeper hole in the Kira Food Clutch by Shayna Baszler, called the matchup. Dakota Kai was not the legal person in there. I'm like, oh my gosh. A lot of people are very upset with that. I don't know what's going on. Adam Pearce getting a lot of heat, that's for sure. So we'll find out what Regal did. Mackenzie Mitchell did talk to Regal. He said that he'll make a matchup that will change the face of NXT. The Way had a therapy too. The therapist kicked out Johnny Gargano, and then ended up kicking out Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Isaiah Swerve Scott decided to cut a promo on Leon Ruff. And then LA Knight, a.k.a. Eli Drake, made his NXT TV debut, addressing the NXT universe. And then, while he was going there, Bronson Reed came out for his match against Cameron Grimes. And him and LA Knight had a little bit of stare down. Fine. And then And then LA Knight came out during the matchup and threw Cameron Grimes' hat in the ring. So he forgot his hat. The distraction did cost Reed. Grimes did pick up the victory. Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Caden Carter about Xia Li's attack on Casey Catanzaro. He says, I'm getting Xia Li next week. Regal and Pierce were arguing about the outcome of the women's tag team title match. And then Austin Theory had a therapy of his own. And then the therapist made him realize how much of a meanie Lumis is. And then Johnny Gargano came back in, gave her some money. I'm like, this was all a plan by Gargano. I knew it. So, but Indy Hartwell still thinks Dexter Lumis is hot. I think we'll say more than that. Ever Rise and Breezango was supposed to happen, but the Legado del Fantasma attacked both teams, all three members, and then he said, if you think the loss to Karrion Kross is a weakness, you better guess again, or else you're going to pay for it. And then Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed William Regal about the outcome of that matchup and said next week I'll make an announcement that will change the face of NXT. And then Finn Balor in a non-title match against Roderick Strong. Balor did pick up the victory. Adam Cole was standing at the ring entrance. And here's the crazy part about it is Finn Balor says next week there will also be a title match between him and Adam Cole. Two major title matches that could, and a major announcement that could change the face of NXT. I can't wait to see what happens. Okay. NXT UK. Let's go on the next day. Ilya Dragunov went one-on-one with Sam Gradwell. And again, Dragunov went off hinges, shoved the referee down. Didn't mean to, but Dragunov did pick up the victory. Kaylee Ray was preparing for her matchup against Meiko Satomura. And Teoman will be making his debut next week from Germany. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And then Aaliyah James and Zaya Brookside were talking, and then Nina Samuel served some tea. Did it. Supernova Sessions. Noam Dar had a guest, Tyler Bate, and Tyler Bate was so zen. He said, but he says, I'm still don't play around. So, and that made Noam Dar very upset. Ben Connor was training and he was interviewed, and he's learning a lot more about the British strong style because he's been training in the States a lot. Aaliyah James did cut a promo and about how Mickie James and Melina did influence her to get into wrestling. And great influences. So Aaliyah James, bright future ahead of her for her. Isla Dawn did one of those Ouija boards, hoodoo, voodoo. Looks like what's next for her type of deal. Will we see a new version of Isla Dawn? Meiko Satomura did have prepared for a matchup against Kaylee Ray. Kenny Williams, the Luckian, and Amir Jordan teaming up in a while, going against Ashley Smith and Oliver Carter. But Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan won in the end. And they were celebrating. Kenny Williams is doing a little cheating to do so to help. But Amir Jordan has no idea what's going on. So we'll see what happens in between that. And next week there's a promo for the NXT UK's first mixed tag match in history at NXT UK as Ginny and Joseph Connors team up against Jack Stars and Piper Niven. Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan did celebrate their victory. And then the NXT UK Women's Championship was off the charts. Kaylee Ray, Meiko Satomura. Kaylee Ray wanted to prove himself. And in the end, Kaylee Ray did win. What a matchup. Beating Meiko Satomura, the final boss. What a matchup. I would not be surprised if Kaylee Ray surpasses 600 days as the NXT UK Women's Champion. Somebody's bound to beat her. And it'll only be a matter of time as well. Michael Cole, let's go to last night on SmackDown. Michael Cole interviewed Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan says he's determined to beat Jey Uso and try to go on. Roman Reigns interrupts him, saying, hey, they need me, you love this, and questioning Daniel Bryan's love for wrestling. Jey Uso interrupts, tries to attack Daniel Bryan, but was thrown out of the ring by Daniel Bryan. It was a steel cage match. If Daniel Bryan wins the matchup, he gets a shot, and Roman Reigns in Fastlane. Right now, it's a tag match, Edge and Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. More on that. Street Profits versus King Corbin and Sami Zayn. But all of a sudden, Sami Zayn starts crying like a baby as usual. Decided, well, we're going to have a singles matchup. Montez Ford went one-on-one with King Corbin. Corbin did pick up the victory. And then they had another matchup. Impromptu matchup, Angelo Dawkins versus Sami Zayn. Angelo Dawkins did pick up the victory there. Dominic Mysterio went one-on-one with Chad Gable. Dominic Mysterio did pick up the victory. And Reginald was looking for Carmella. Carmella fired him. And then Carmella fired him. Caleb Braxton interviewed Seth Rollins, which Murphy confronts Rollins, says, I'll help you with the situation. He says, get out of my sight. Bianca Belair went one-on-one with Shayna Baszler, and despite Reginald interrupting things again, Sasha Banks slaps Reginald and says, no, we're done here. So Bianca Belair did pick up the victory over Shayna Baszler. Then, because they have a Fastlane Tag Team Championship, Women's Tag Team Championship match, as Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler defend against Sasha Banks, the SmackDown Women's Champ, and Bianca Belair. Roman Reigns talks to Jey Uso, says, hey, listen, if you lose, Daniel Bryan will face me, that's fine. But this is more than that. It's about our family. You lose, you embarrass your family, you embarrass me, you embarrass yourself. Then Cesaro went one-on-one with Buddy Murphy, and Cesaro did pick up the victory over Murphy. Reginald attempts to leave, try to talk to Sasha Banks. He says no. The door slammed in his face. But then Jackson Baszler stopped him, and then all of a sudden Nia Jax goes, hold up, he's kind of cute. Poor Reginald. Poor Reginald. Big E is going to return next week, and Apollo Crews came out dressed in his the colors of Nigeria, and has a Nigerian elite guard. One of them is Denzel Dejournette from NXT. Don't know who the other gentleman is, but say the least, a lot of people have been talking down about this. You know, it's like, is Apollo Crews developing an accent or something like that? But you know, let's leave the guy alone. Let him do the gimmick and see. Let him do his thing. Let's see where it leads him. It could lead him to an Intercontinental title. He wants a matchup for the Intercontinental title. Natalya Tamina, I think they call themselves the Directive, which I like that, upset at Pierce and DeVille, saying we should get our women's tag team title shot. And so I don't blame them. Caleb Braxton was about to interview Jey Uso, but then Daniel Bryan blindsides Uso. Ding Dong Hello with Bailey had one called Sweet Tweets instead of Mean Tweets. So, yeah. Corey Graves was in the ring explaining the steel cage rules. They had a steel cage match with Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso, and Daniel Bryan, after a hard-fought match, did pick up the victory over Jey Uso. Now there will be a title match at Fastlane instead of a tag team matchup. I'm sure Edge would not be very pleased about it, but hey. So let's go to 205 Live as well. August Gray and Jake Atlas against Tony Nese and Arya Daivari, with Gray and Atlas did pick up the victory. And then before 205 Live went on, Josiah Williams was talking to Mansoor and Kurt Stallion about their victory, and you know, Kurt Stallion says, yeah, but none of those victories you had were against me. Is that a challenge? So that match will happen later tonight as the main event. Meanwhile, the Bollywood Boys did cut a promo on Everrise when they were brutally attacked by the Legado del Fantasma. He said, should have contacted us. We should have helped you. Whatever, they said. And then they had the matchup, Mansoor and Kurt Stallion. It was a hard-fought matchup, but in the end, Mansoor did pick up the victory. He's 41-0 in that matchup, but the two shook hands in respect. And that is the WWE Wrestling Roundup from March the 1st to March the 5th, 2021. And we are done here on episode number 80. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Guys, feel blessed. Today is my birthday. I'm having a lot of fun so far, talking with the people over on Facebook and chatting, and a lot of things are going on. So I'm kind of looking forward to having a great day. So thank you. Have a good day. God bless. I'll see you in episode 81.